have a child and that you chose to have so many children, this is where I gotta drop some knowledge on y'all. There are laws against what you enforce upon your kids. For example, take the mother who tells their 14-year-old that they have to babysit their 5-year-old sibling because the parent wants to go out or the parent has to go to work. Think about this for a second. That is babysitting. And babysitting is labor, therefore, labor done by a child is child labor. Child labor is illegal in the United States. And even if your child was 17, they are demanded compensation. Therefore, what you're doing is illegal. Now, the counter argument that a lot of people like to give me is, well, I pay for their clothes, I pay for their food, I pay for their housing. Now, it may be true that you do provide the food, the shelter, and everything for your children. However, let's go back to the original thing of you chose to have children. I completely understand there should be gratitude and there should be respect. I'm not saying you're not owed that. I am not saying that that isn't something that you deserve. But what I am saying, you chose to have a child. Therefore, you chose that responsibility. When you have responsibilities, you are expected to do things that carry out that responsibility. For example, when you choose to work at the UPS store, you choose to work there because you want, I'm assuming, money and benefits and all the stuff that comes with it. Just like with a kid, you want the joy and you want the happiness of raising a family. Now, say your job as UPS driver, right? Your responsibility is to drive the truck around, deliver the packages, and make sure nobody's mail is open. Correct? Now let's translate that to being a parent. You have responsibilities to feed your child, that they have a roof over their head, to make sure that they can be taken care of, to make sure they have a shot in this world. Now, in the job, if you cannot fulfill those responsibilities, you will get fired. Or you will suffer consequences, like getting fired. Now, translating that to being a parent, if you cannot provide these things for your kids, they will be either 1, taken away from you, or 2, you can be charged with something like murder or abandonment or neglect or something. And what's terrible about this is that a lot of parents like to brainwash their kids into thinking that this is what is expected, that what they're given is privilege and not a right. But it's quite the opposite. When you choose that responsibility, that person, that customer, or that child has the right to a decent life. That customer has the right to get their mail. That employer has the right to fire you if you don't do your job. It's true, there is no right way to parent, but there is a wrong way. And making your children feel like they owe you is completely wrong. Now again, there's a difference between respect and appreciation as opposed to guilt-tripping them and enforcing your beliefs onto them. Now this personally is my own opinion, but I would never make my child decide what religion, what political party they fall into until they are well educated and they have all the facts. I would never raise them in one direction. I would raise them in Darkwind music because, you know, fuck it, my music's a shit. Go check it out, man. I got in singles. Go check the playlist. Every human being is entitled to make their own decisions for better or worse. If you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, please don't force your child to be the religion that you believe in. I understand that you have faith, and I understand that you might want the best for your kids, but how can they really decide? Now, I'm not saying don't teach them right from wrong, but don't be the asshole parent who won't let your child have a sleepover because you believe they can't be smart enough to keep it in their pants or be safe. Because honestly, if you're that type of person, you're the worst type of parent because you're a lazy parent. You're not taking the time to explain to your kids what can happen and how you can prevent. Don't make fear your main source of parenting. Let's just all be accepting and let's just all take the time to just talk to one another and see how everybody feels. Don't tell your daughters that it's unladylike to have sex before a certain age. And don't tell your sons that they can't like the color pink and that they have to be on a sports team. Or that if their best friend's a girl, they can be just platonic and doesn't have to exceed past that. Let people figure things out on their own and then just be there when they do fuck up. And make sure they don't make that mistake again. Remember to check out my new music and my Let's Plays. I'm doing it all, baby! And in case you didn't know, check the Facebook page because I be posting stuff on there that's exclusive to that channel that I would never post on here or SoundCloud. I appreciate the love. Let me know what you guys think. What do y'all think? Or if your parents aren't tech savvy, you can tell me what they think about this video.